Good morning, traders, and welcome back to the 7th of November 2024. And this is the first recording of today, where I take a look at the CFDs, the indices, and a few cryptos. So without further ado, let's go. And before I go, I have to make this disclaimer: I am not making trade calls for anybody. The things I say here are strictly my own opinion and the way I trade the market. You're very much welcome to do your further research or analysis and seek for the services of a professional financial advisor before you make your decision. Alright, so when you hear me say buy and sell, I am not really directly talking to anybody or making trade calls. Alright, so with that out of the way, let's begin. Gold. So yesterday I was forecasting. I said gold hasn't finished whatever it's doing here, and after that we're going to get this move, which is this coming down. And it just happened, even though I was looking for here, I was looking for a break of this top slightly, and then I can have my entry order here or wait for an impulse and a correction to sell, but it took us unawares. So now that we have this move, that's okay, we already have it, and we're making a correction here, and after this correction gold will go down some more, but the down some more might not be that very far or huge before it starts making another correction or a reverses for the top. So but let's keep an eye on this and wait for this to finish before we know what to do. This could also go very far from here and start that bigger correction. All right, so let's keep an eye on this one. So if it breaks out and makes a flag, then I'll consider buying it, but for now what I'm seeing is that this is making a correction here to go down some more, so keep your eye on that one. Let's go to silver. Similar thing. I also think silver is making this correction for downward continuation, but the sales might not be really that much for the next move before we get this. Okay, we might be getting this any moment from now, so we can have this here, have it come down a bit, and we can get this. So keep your eye on this one too, which is silver. And if you're selling, allow this to pull back, and you can put your entry order on the low, put your stuff here, and you might just go for 1:1 or 1:2 trades, depending, but this will not go far. At least that's what I am seeing currently before we start making this move back up. USOIL. So yesterday, you can remember the forecast was that this is going to complete most likely and we're going to go up. So as you can see, it's playing out. We've had this impulse, we're having this correction in the middle. Allow this correction to finish whatever it's doing, and you can place your stop orders and buy some more. At least buy to a length like this or similar, so something like this. Yeah, anyways, that's it for USOIL. Let's go to UK oil, which is also doing similar thing. Allow this to complete and you can buy. US 30. Okay, we already broke the top, and you may want to wait for a correction here before you buy. Wait for a correction before you buy, because this thing is way at the top, that it can make that correction or that pullback any moment from now. So don't jump into the buys, wait for the correction and you can buy. Okay, wait for this correction to happen, or even to do this, and you can buy. NAS 100. Okay, this one moved up quite so much. moved up quite so much, and that's okay. So I later took another look at NAS 100 yesterday, and I figured out this could be the completion of everything here, where of course it omitted some moves like this. It omitted this to come back here and go, but that is one of the possibilities. Another is that this may have also been this, which I initially looked at, but because of the way this happened, this pullback, I didn't want to link this to this. So, but this may have also been this, and just had an impulse, a deep pullback, and a completion of that. But again, this is what I am considering. This pullback here, this pullback right here, broke this low. You can see, right? It broke the low, so making this some kind of weird move. I don't know, unless we have to link this to this. That's the only option I know I can do right now. Link it to that. That's the only best way to do this. There is no other way if we can take this move to be a complete move. That's the only thing we can think of right now to do that fits somehow, even though the moves are weird. All right, so now that it has broken the top anyways, wait for a correction before you buy, because the correction will give you a confirmation that this will continue going. All right, but if you get a pullback, if you get a flag, which is an impulse to the opposite side and a flag, you can consider selling. But also bear in mind that even the correction will start with an impulse and a correction to the opposite side. Okay, so have that in mind. But I think it will go up just a few more. Wait for a correction, just a few more, but might not go far because it's broken the all-time high too, and we can see this coming back. Can see this coming back, or this. So which one of them we're gonna get any moment from now? That's it for NAS 100 or US 100. So S&P 500, the same thing. This was a complete correction here, and we broke the top. So if you want to keep on buying, wait for a correction. Like I said yesterday, wait for a correction, even though it made a smaller one here, not really what I was looking for, but wait for a correction, a significant one from the 1 hour time frame. Then that will give you solid confirmation that this is going to go up some more. If you don't see that, if you don't see that correction, don't bother jumping into the buys, because this could reverse any moment from now. German 30, okay, I remember I mentioned it yesterday that this happening right here could later be a correction, and if you doubt it to be a correction, you can put your entry order here. So if it does this, it takes you. Actually, I bought this yesterday, made some good amount of money with UK 100. I bought it yesterday, but when it started pulling back, I looked at the whole structure. It didn't really look at what was going to break this top again, so I had to close it in profit though, and I was expecting it to make a correction here since it broke this top. Make a correction, so I'll continue buying to break this top, but it did this I didn't sell it though, because I wanted to be clear enough that I can understand what it's doing before I jump in. So now we have this move, we have this one, we have this correction, we have this one, we have this correction, we're getting this one. After this whole thing, we can still move back up, remember. So wait for this correction here to complete whatever it's doing here. Don't know how long it will last or how big it will be, but wait for it, and after that you can make your decision to sell further. Okay, UK 100, the same thing. My analysis was that this was going to go up at least to break the stop. That was the analysis, right? If you've been following me, you would know that this, I said, will go up for this to break this stop, and then we can consider this, or we can make a correction here after breaking the top and continue. But it seems it's reversing, and I bought it though, made good amount of money from it though, but I didn't sell it because it started becoming weird. So right now I'm looking at something like this. We'll have a 1 2 3, 1 2 3, and we're getting a 1 2 3. So could this be an expanding flat in the middle where we break this low and still go back up? That becomes a question. So for now, I am going to leave everything open and see what it does. It's forming a correction after breaking this low though. It's forming a correction after breaking this low. So we will monitor it and figure out what it is doing. We'll keep an eye on it and figure out what it's doing. But for now, I am staying clear. Staying clear of it. So I'm going to stay clear and watch what it does next. But I'm still waiting for this move to come break the top. That's going to be perfect. It's going to be perfect. But let's just wait. Let's just wait and see. All right, if it happens to do this, if it happens to make a correction here and come back, we'll consider it to be this correction. You might get this and come back some more, which I also told you was a possibility last time. Then we can come back some more, and then we can finally get this. And if we have, look at this, let me show you something. If we have a correction and the correction coming together, forming close to each other, we might just have another correction before we finally go up. So bear that in mind. Bear that in mind. Anyways, that's it for UK 100. Let's hop onto Bitcoin. So let's go to the 1 hour. So remember yesterday I told you when it broke the top, I told you not to jump into the buys and you should wait for a correction here before you buy, now that it has broken the top. So it's still forming that correction, and the correction will soon complete itself. And the next thing is we're going to get this move. But here's the thing, this move might not be far, it might not go far before we start turning back, and we are going to turn back for this move any moment from now. You see this move, we're going to get it any moment from now. So here is what you do on the 15. Once this completes itself, you get an impulse, you get a flag on the 15, you can buy it. Once it breaks this stop, put your stop loss to break even and watch how far this will go. Monitor it closely. Anything that makes it stop short, makes it turn an impulse downwards, close the trade, because that will be, or that may be, the beginning of the downside. That's what you should look out for, and that is your trade for now on Bitcoin. Ethereum went up quite high, broke the top that I was anticipating this move to go break, which is fine. Now that we have broken the top, it means we still have this move left, this one, and we will come for it. Still have it left, and we are going to come for it any moment from now. Okay, so Ethereum had done this. Ethereum had done this. Let's leave it open for now. So it could even form another correction here and go up some more, which is okay, but we're going to be getting this. That's a guarantee. We're going to be getting that. Let me have that measurement once again. This is too long. So we're going to be getting that any moment from now. Keep your eye on Ethereum too. BNB. So now the question right here is, this one is most likely going to break the stop. So it might form this correction here and go break this stop. All right. So the question here is, how did we complete this as a contracting flat, and are we going for this, or are we still in this move? Are we still here? Are we still here? That becomes a big question. So watch it. If it makes a correction, buy, because it could be going for this move, after which we might get this. You understand now, right? Yeah, so if you get that correction there, you can buy it, because it could just decide to form a contracting flat in the middle, and we'll have this, which is this, and after that we're going to come back for this, of course, before we go back. And remember, we have this 1 2 3 here. So after all these, we're still going to come back for this move. All right, so keep your eye on that one. And the next one I analyze for you guys is Shiba Inu. Let's even go to the 15 and see what it's doing. Okay, is it coming for this pullback? Maybe. So all you need to do is wait for an impulse correction, and you can consider this. And Shiba Inu. Okay, so let's go to the 1 hour. So we are still on this one too. Remember, I told you we could still be on this thing, and now I am beginning to look at this as a 1 2 3 and a 1 2 3, and we are getting this, which will complete whatever it's doing here, go break the top before we start getting this. Makes sense? So keep your eye on this one. Wait for that correction to finish, and wait for that correction to finish what it's doing here. Wait for it to finish. So if you see it pull back for this, you can put your stop order here, or you can wait for an impulse here, wait for a flag, and take it from a lower point. All right, remember the target is this. We could go touch this, we could even break it before we reverse. It's not a huge move though, but keep your eye on it. Keep your eye on it. And that leads us to the end of this part 1 recording for the CFDs, the indices, and a few of the cryptos. Next one will be on the USD or major pairs. Make sure you watch till the end, you like, you subscribe, and leave your comments in the comment section below.